abduction, this is a lot less radical than what Dr. Heron does. So what Walton likes to do, what I do, is I start to bring the arm up until I feel it start to glide inferior a little bit, and then I just follow through with a thrust this way. Okay, so that's for abduction. And you could bring it up more and do thrust, but the more you bring it up, the more perilous it is, right? Because this is a direction of instability, anterior and inferior, right? That's why it's AI shoulder. So you might bring it up this far, just do a little impulse. And then for rotation, I'll show you Heron's way and Walton's way. Let's have you lie on your back. Do I switch shoulders here? Okay, so let's do Heron's way. Heron's way to restore external rotation is to bring the arm up until you get to that painful spot. And believe, the nice thing about frozen shoulder patients is they let you know where the limitation is. Then I back off a little bit. And what Heron likes to do is reach underneath and grab the spine of the scapula. And then instead of pushing the arm back, he just does an impulse this way on the spine of the scapula, tilting it forward. Walton, on the other hand, likes to do the bimanual proximal humerus grip, and actually reaching through the forearm like this, so to bring it into external rotation, and then he's going to thrust through the joint line, which would be this way. I can roll them by putting a pillow there. So he brings it into as much external rotation as the patient can tolerate, and then does a thrust through the joint line. So it's important that you do the adjustments in this order: flexion, extension, abduction, external rotation. And neither of them really has an internal rotation. Well, Walt has an internal rotation. Yeah.
Can you do these moves without frozen shoulder? So improve athletic?
Absolutely, yeah. So frozen shoulder would be the worst case scenario, but you can change them to do them, if they just have one restriction.
Okay.
So, the thing to be careful about is to remember that, excuse me, this is the vulnerable thrust. You can hurt them by thrusting anteriorly. You can hurt anybody with any thrust, but the most vulnerable in the shoulder are this way and inferior. So you want to really be careful about those. You can pound away pretty much. Thousands of chiropractors have proved that pulling that way is pretty, the shoulder's pretty robust in that direction, but in other directions, you need to be a little bit more careful. So let's just try